evening, YouTube people. I don't only have, 2 subscribers, but I felt it was time for you to know the real Jack. Just so you know who you're dealing with on this channel. Jack. Well, Jack Sparrow is a pseudonym. Obviously, if my parents named me Jack Sparrow and I'm 35, that would be quite remarkable. But no, my name is something else. It's a pseudonym. I prefer it that way. I like to do things in pseudonyms, but I have the same initials. And I will tell you that maybe if I gain enough subscribers, maybe you will know what my name really is. Also, if you gain enough subscribers, I will do a face reveal. And I'm quite dashingly handsome, if I do say so myself. Although the mirror might disagree with me. So what is Jack all about? What am I about? Who is he about? Anyway, well, I have a lot of different interests. I like a wide range of things. I like movies. I like games. I like Legos. I like cars. I love sports. I have many interests. I am a United States Marine Corps veteran of the Iraq War, and I am a father of one, and I work 40 hours a work week in engineering, and I really, really enjoy watching YouTube videos, and I decided that maybe it might be interesting to get involved doing some YouTube videos. I have a lot of interests. People might want to hear what I have to say. I don't know what niche to follow in because I don't really know what people are really interested in. Who would actually listen to me. I have a lot of similar views with guys like the Jeremy's from the Quartering, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I love Uncle EVS from Comic Book Artist Pro Secrets, the Pro. It's a long one. I don't get it. Sometimes I forget. Head injuries, What else about me that is relevant? I'm a little quirky, I'm a little funny, but I feel that in some of my videos I've been a little bit deadpan, and that's not really who I am. I tend to be a little quieter, because when I do videos it's nighttime, and my son is trying to sleep, and I get yelled at if I'm too loud, so I try to be quieter. And so, having said that, most of my videos tend to come off a little bit on the deadpan side. I'm very emotive, I'm very lively. I'm not a deadpan person. And so I feel that the humor I've done has been really flat. I also have a drunken pirate meets Marine Corps mouth that I have to do a very hard job of I just have to freaking kill it, because I don't want my kid hearing stuff like that. I don't want my kid seeing videos. Oh, Daddy, what's that? What did you just say? Well, son, I'll explain to you in 14 years, when you're old enough to understand. So I tend to try to keep my postings to be on the PG side, just because I don't know. There's a time and place for cussing, and it's usually when you're pissed off about something. When you're making a video, obscenities generally, it's like in conversation, obscenities tend to point towards a general stupidity level, I suppose. And that's from my experience in the military. When you got guys in the military who, when you're conducting business, like for example, I worked in the Air Wing in the Marine Corps, so I didn't get shot at, thankfully. Did know some of my boot camp fellows that did get shot at, and that's rather sad. And I did remember losing a couple friends, comrades from boot camp, and that kind of still from time to time you think about it gets you a little bit. But You got guys in the work center come in to do business. Well, I need this fixed. Well, that's really all they should say. Well, I need this component fixed on this thing, and I have this documentation, and you fix it. Well, instead, I need this fixed. I need this fixed. That's 4 letters, or 4 words. Not 4 letters, 4 words. It usually tends to become 16 to 20 words when you add in all the S words and F words and D words and MF words. Yeah, I don't really. I slip into it from time to time in my personal life, but this I think is a good platform to try to get me back to speaking with a good vocabulary. I can still be funny. I don't have to use foul language. I very much intend not to. That's where you come in. You can get me if I use foul language. Maybe I can donate money to a charity or something. I mean, money's got to go to a good cause, right? And what better cause when Jack Sparrow curses like a drunken pirate? The other thing about me is I really, really enjoy football. And I haven't really watched a lot of football because of all the political nonsense. Um, I don't really care if people kneel or stand. And not only is because of, the deal that was bargained with the NFL, with the government after 9/11 to, stand and salute during the anthems and have the flag rolled out by service members as a show of nationality and national pride. And I'm all for that. I'm all for it when it's a just a thing. You play the anthem and people stand and salute or stand and put their hand on their heart. But whenever the government gets involved in something, I tend to get a bit nervous, and I tend to not like it too much. So I don't really have very good feelings about that. People sitting down or kneeling because of the anthem and then saying that they're oppressed. Well, if you make millions of dollars and you're oppressed, and I'm a white guy and I don't make millions of dollars, I don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars, well, I'd like to really know what oppressed really is, because I feel more oppressed than a person making millions of dollars. I don't really feel a very strong tie to alleged white privilege, because I have none. I did vote for Donald Trump, although I'm unsure about all that nonsense. I'm not a very political person. I tend to just not like politicians in general. I tend to not like politics. I just want to be left alone so I can pursue, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, things of that nature. Definitely not a Nazi. Definitely not a racist. I don't believe in racism. I think that racism. There's some. Okay. Well, when you're a child, I remember hearing stories about my youth when I was like 4 years old. My grandma coming, hearing all this stuff about, oh, this kid's my best friend. This boy's my best friend. And grandma comes, picks me up from daycare. Here I am trying to put this little black boy, and it's my best friend. Kids don't know this stuff. Kids don't understand. You have to be taught this kind of stuff. This prejudice of, oh well, black people are bad, or oh well, white people are bad. Little kids don't care. Little kids are innocent. Little kids they see a nice person or they get along with a person. They don't really care if they look a little different. They might ask, like, well, why is his skin color a different shade than mine? Oh, well, it's just how they were born, son. They were born darker. You were born lighter. No big deal. And that's how I was, brought up to be. Before I have any people coming on saying that, hey, well, Jack Sparrow voted for Donald Trump. Orange man bad. All politicians bad. Believe me. So I don't really get in on that nonsense. Video games. I love video games. I have a Super Nintendo. I have a Nintendo 64. At some point, I'd like to feature them on the channel. I have an old CRT TV for both of those too, which is really fun. Actually, the last Samsung TV model, not the very last one, the last Samsung model, that was a CRT. Fun fact. I do love to play my Super Nintendo. I also like some modern games. I do have an Xbox One, but I don't buy a lot of games for it. I do like Lego games. Lego games are hilarious. I do like silly things. I'm a big fan of SpongeBob, but the first 3 or 4 seasons of SpongeBob are amazing. I am don't tell my wife, but I still love South Park. The first 6 seasons, first 7 seasons of South Park. I love those. I started watching South Park, my freshman year in high school when it came out, and I loved it instantly because it was so wrong, so funny. But I try not to watch that anymore. I actually sold all my South Park. Alright, what else? I do love Legos. I have a not as extensive Lego collection as a lot of super duper uber Lego nerds, but for my meager budget for Legos, I do have an okay Lego collection, and I do like to make best with what I've been doing. I used to specialize in Star Wars stuff, and then I kind of drifted off into I did some classic space stuff, and more recently my soup du jour has been doing Lego cars in the city/speed champions scale. It's a lot of fun. I'd like to feature those on the channel as well, and I do have a Flickr account, by the way, Angel Guard. Jack Sparrow. I do like to do that. But I have a lot of interest in a lot of things that I think we can talk about. So if you leave me some kind of comments in the comment section below, things you're interested in talking about, I'll also leave links to Geeks and Gamers, EVS's channel, Odin's movie blog, The Quartering. There are a couple myriad of sites that I think you might be interested in because I have the same kind of interests. I think you might be interested in what I have to say, and I'd really like to know what you have to say. So, in closing, this is Jack Sparrow, reminding you, keep your eyes on the horizon.